basically animals. Team animal, we'll say. There's team animal and team people. Use our animals, but we're going to have those team animals. They each have their own survival. Right, this is where you have a very, very rowdy, energetic group that's going to get great to get all their energy out. Okay, so we're going to head just over here. No, the over system at the edge. We're going to set up. And Honey and Baby Pat, I won't make you play this game, but I'll have some people demonstrate this. So basically, we're going to demonstrate very simply sort of the dependence on ice and what would happen if they lose that connection, okay? So, pretty simple. You tape out 2 lines. The first person to come to this area can do that for each of your teams. And at first, these 2 lines are going to start fairly close together. So, we want to make it somewhat challenging, so maybe we'll like this. All right. So these represent the edges of 2 ice.
Yeah. Because they're going to start the show right away.
Coming up on the side, but you want to know who the belugas are. So we have Kavna coming into the center of the habitat there, poking her head out. Kavna is the oldest beluga here at the aquarium. She's in her 40s. Joining Indy here on Fire Station is Keela, which right behind her is her mother, Aurora. Now, Aurora's actually in her 20s, and Keela is 16 years old this year. Now, despite the fact that we don't have belugas in our backyards, we are intimately connected with belugas because our lives and the lives of the animals up in the Arctic are... And take your thumb and put it to your belly button and look down. Aw, no one's looking down. Oh, I saw one person. I saw that. That's about how thick your blubber would be covering your body. So incredibly thick layer of blubber, and obviously that's going to keep you warm in a very, very cold habitat. Now, we said that belugas aren't the only things living up in the Arctic. There's people up there as well. Specifically Inuit, who have been up there for over 5,000 years. And they've actually been able to survive and thrive in the Arctic. Now, specifically, they do eat beluga, and a way to get vitamins, minerals, and nutrients for them to survive up in the Arctic is that we're talking about the impact that we have on the Arctic. Now, there's actually a population of belugas that lives closer to people. And if you've ever been to the St. Lawrence River, you've actually been to the home of some of those beluga whales. About 1,000 beluga whales do live in the St. Lawrence River, not just the Arctic. Now, is anyone from out east? Specifically the 2 biggest cities. Let's see those hands. Which city are you from? Montreal. Very nice. What's the other big city in Canada? Toronto. 2 biggest cities in Canada. They actually are both located on the same water system as those belugas in the St. Lawrence. Now, we don't rely on it. Some people do have whale watching organizations. They'll take people out into their boats so that you can actually go and see beluga whales. Now, what you're probably thinking you're going to get just... belugas, they're very comfortable going into shallow water. So boats will go into shallow water, belugas can go into shallow water, and the reason they would go into rivers and estuaries would be for things like to have their babies. Now, belugas are very comfortable, as Aurora's going to demonstrate here, beaching herself, ta-da! In shallow water. Most whales don't choose to do that, but belugas love it because in the murky water they can have their babies. It's a nice, safe, protected area for them. And actually, baby belugas are more of a gray color when they're born. They get whiter as they age, so they're very comfortable going in those shallow waters. So boats and chemicals and pollution are all things that those belugas in the St. Lawrence need to be worried about. Now, with the vocalization that you've already heard, that's actually really important to us here at the aquarium because thanks to these fantastic beluga trainers you're seeing in the habitat, we get to do a lot of work with our belugas with the vocalization by understanding the types of vocalization. And we want to thank you so much for joining us today on behalf of myself, Indy, Phil, Julie, Kavna, trainers are still out working with the animals. Once they are done, you are welcome to come up and take pictures. Remembering to keep your stuff on your side of the habitat. Thank you so much. My name is Lauren. If you have any questions, feel free to come down and chat with me.